Alright, so in this video we're going to talk about how to use this feature called math.random. Math.random is useful when you're trying to generate numbers of random values or pseudo-random because it's not truly random. Obviously there's some sort of algorithm in the background generating these numbers. It's just too complicated for us to detect a pattern in, but it is something that could be understood. Anyway, that's why it's pseudo-random. So what I did right here is I just wrote a little loop. All this says is execute all of the code inside these braces as many as 20 times. Do it 20 times so you can see the random generation. So if you want to generate a random number, so let's just generate a double or called random. We're going to do math.random. And let's print that out every time. So system.out.println random, and that's going to execute 20 times. So at the bottom of the code that prints out, or the console that prints out this stuff, it'll show 20 different random numbers. Now let's look at them a little bit. So there they are, starting here and going down to the bottom. These numbers are, you can see, all lower than 0, or I mean than 1. And in fact they go, so the range of math.random produces a double, so a decimal value, from 0 up to but not including 1. So it could actually be 0, 0, 0 all the way to the end here, but it couldn't be 1.0 ever, no matter how many times we did this. So let's also talk about the range though. Then if you want to produce a number that is of a particular range, you need to manipulate this number from 0 to 1 in some way. So let's just multiply this by times 10 and now see what happens. This will now generate a number from 0 up to 10 but not including 10. So that is the range of possible the range of the variation. But let's, oftentimes you're going to want to generate an integer value of a particular range if you want to generate different faux random or pseudo-random choices. So the way we do that is we call math.random times our range, but then we cast the result into an integer variable and we print out the result. So in this case, if we run that program, down at the bottom here underneath 2, you will see these are our 20 random integers from 0 to 10, but not including 10. So it produces 10 possibilities, including 0, which means that it only can go as high as 9. So how do we specify, though, if we wanted to go from 1 to 10? Well, we just add 1. So this number is the range of number of possibilities, and this number is the minimum value. And so now if we run it, you will notice that in fact the lowest possible value is 1 and it can go as high as 10. So play around with these values a bit. So if we started at 5, we'll still get 10 possible choices, but the lowest choice will be now 5 and it will go up to 14. So you can see there are random numbers and they tend to go from 5 all the way up to 14. It looks like we got the full range. So that's how to use math.random, a very useful feature that we'll use frequently, especially when we're kind of working with games and other situations where we want to generate some sort of computer choice.